Please be advised we are speaking in our own individual capacities and not representing any companies we may work for.
We are not your lawyers, and any information given during this podcast does not constitute as legal advice and is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Enjoy the episode. Hi guys, I'm Katie.
And I'm Nicole.
And welcome back to Girls Gone Legal. Welcome back. For us, it was 1 second. For you guys, it was a week or two. We don't know yet, but...
Yes, we're still here. We're back. Part 2. We're excited. We have so much more.
She's still here. We'll see if she ever leaves. Debatable.
I don't want to.
Last week's episode was absolutely amazing. I love digging into like your whole background, your whole story.
Yes.
There were so many... It was a roller coaster. We went on a literal roller coaster.
Yes.
No, I feel very invested in your life. I'm like gonna randomly text you and be like, so I literally have a list of, because I know a couple of Wasserman, so I was writing them down, being like, I gotta dig in and be like, is it something?
Absolutely.
Anyways, yeah, so I think we have a million gajillion questions, but
yes.
I mean, Nicole,
ask away.
Go, there's so much I want to go into, but
start
us off.
So I'm really interested because we left off with, okay, now you're at Wasserman. This is the job you're in now. What kind of work are you doing at Wasserman? And if you're allowed to say who you're working with, events
like a day in the life,
a day
of what it's
in the
like.
life, yeah.
Still doing the redlining.
Love it.
Honestly, love it. Love my redlining.
Are you in person 5 days a week?
No, I'm in 3 days a week,
okay.
Which is a new policy, return to office. But it's honestly great because the office is so cool.
Yeah,
like I love it. We have cold brew on tap.
Love that.
I
love that.
Nice.
Cold brew. And it's nice to be around other people. My last job was fully remote. It was funny because they tried in like an in-person for like 1 month and then they went back to remote.
Yeah.
So I am in office meeting so many people. So many cool people are coming in the office. So many cool athletes. So many cool like stars, and I see them.
But you're still doing the creator side, right?
Still doing creators. Absolutely.
Right.
And I do not see
Is there
myself.
someone doing an athlete? Like, is that how it's split up there, Was? Like there's an attorney for the athlete side.
Yeah, there's a lot of attorneys. Actually, not that many. There's only like 32 in the U.S., I think.
Okay.
I might be wrong. Don't take that as fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just creators, and then my coworker Maddie that I spoke about in the last episode.
Right.
She's also with us in creators.
Nice.
And then we have my supervisor who he oversees. He's the VP of sports. So he's sports and he oversees creators. But it's really me and Maddie doing a lot of the creator stuff. So I mean, every day is different, which is something that I really wanted. I didn't want the consistency I had at the last place.
Yeah.
The thing that's different, I do have to mention, from the last job to this job, I was doing a lot of brand facing work.
Right.
And I'm not doing that anymore.
It's all creator side?
Yeah. Nice. Which is, I really like it. I like the client facing stuff.
Do you have does Was have its own roster, or are you working with talent agents?
We have so many people.
Crazy.
It's huge.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Is it growing too?
It's crazy. It's growing so fast.
Yeah,
That's like I don't know what we have anymore.
Yeah.
And so we have a whole brand division too.
Right.
So like they have internships, by the way.
Right.
But they have a whole brand side that's awesome. So I don't have to do the brand side anymore. I wish I do miss it, but I like the creator stuff. But every day is different. Still doing the redlining, negotiating so much, getting on the phone like every other day.
Yeah. I love that. That's all I want to do is just negotiate all day.
It's fun.
Would you ever want, like, if you don't have to answer this, but would you ever want to do more of the sports side? I know you said with that one internship you kind of liked it.
I mean, I'm willing to do anything, but I love my job so much.
Yeah.
Like I really do love what I'm doing, and I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I want to master this.
Yes.
And then I guess later in my career, like explore. But like I'm just so happy where I am now.
That's so nice.
Of course, I'm open to do the sports stuff. And sometimes like I have a college athlete on my roster, so I'm seeing the sports stuff.
Right.
It's not like I'm not.
Yeah. I have a question about the sports stuff because I've had a lot of talk with a lot of people about this.
I don't think I answered my question about what I do.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we can go back to your second question after.
Oh gosh, sorry.
No, I don't want to.
Okay,
remember.
so
we're talking about so much.
Yeah.
I know.
We have so much
I feel
to say.
bad.
No, you're good.
I love it. It's amazing. Like we have so much to say. I wish we had like 5 hours.
I know.
Me too. I can come back.
Yeah.
You're always
different
welcome.
outfit, a different outfit.
Yeah,
We pack them. We pack them with us.
Yeah, we have a spare in case we needed another
that's so
tonight.
cute. That's so cute. I'm so happy you can't see my pants. But I was gonna come in pajamas. I'm kidding. So yeah, just like redlining, negotiating, vendor agreements, podcast agreements, literally endorsements, sponsorships, partnerships, long term. I see from 5,000 to 200,000. I'm seeing so many different things a day. And it's really cool also when like, so as an attorney, especially a baby attorney, which I personally still think I am a baby attorney, it's so cool when like, it's so cool when like things go wrong.
Yeah,
like,
it's so cool.
Yeah, because even though I don't hope for it, I don't want my
It's
clients,
the best learning experience ever.
Yeah, I don't want them to be like upset or things bad happen, but like I love when things bad happen because you get to deal with like things you've never seen before.
Yeah, well, that's how you get your experience, and that's how you learn, and that's how you grow.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like very rare because WAS, like they run a tight ship. They're so great, and things rarely, like bad things rarely happen. But like when things do happen, it's also great when you have to talk to the client. Yeah, and you meet them, and it's really that's cool on my end. Yeah, but yeah, so like every day is different. Every day is cool. Love my job. Love WAS. Love the people I work with. The clients are nice. I'm not going to say that I have a lot of communication with the people on our roster, but when I do, everyone is amazing. But yeah.
Are you allowed to say which clients?
You know, I don't think I should.
Oh, okay. So in the sports department at Wasserman, there's agents and then there's the lawyers.
Yes.
Yeah, what's our relationship
So I want to know, because I'm so into this right now.
Same with creators.
Really?
Yeah, we have agents.
I'm so into this right now because a lot of people are like, and we're actually going to have a sports agent come on in a couple weeks and talk about this.
Cool.
Like being a sports agent and not going to law school versus being a sports agent and having gone to law school. How does their like relationship work? I'm just curious.
The
and
agents work so hard.
Really?
So hard.
Yeah.
Especially the agents that I see, like they work so hard. Yeah. And I feel like that's not a typical 9 to 5.
Right.
I think a lot of places it's like attorneys are the agents, but I'm happy there is like a kind of like a middleman because when the attorney also acts as the agent, I think things get like, it's just a lot. Yeah. It's just a lot for one person. Yeah. Like it's just so much work. And I'm not saying I don't want a lot of work. I'm just saying like when I do have like those days where we're super, super slammed, like I can't even imagine doing outreach. Right. Like I can't imagine doing the thing like, and also like coddling talent and like and making sure that they feel special. Like I just feel like, and they are special, but like
but you have to be extra about
feel like
it.
you have to babysit while you're
I'm gonna
also
lose my mind.
Yeah, totally fair.
So yes, we have agents. They handle all the outreach and taking care of the talent. And the sports side's the same way. Yeah. I think the sports side, there's a lot more like conversations with the attorneys. And there's only, at least for team sports, which is my supervisor works a lot with, there's 2 attorneys. There's 1 legal counsel, 1 senior legal counsel, and then VP. And then I think action sports, there's 2. Also, don't quote me. I might be wrong. It's really hard because they're, everyone's scattered all across the US.
I'm sure it changes sometimes too.
So fast. And in the New York office, it's just me and my supervisor.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. For like my immediate circle.
Right.
So it's hard to like know where everybody is. A lot of people are in LA. A lot of people are in, we have it in Canada. We have, I think in, again, don't quote me, like 27 countries.
Have you traveled anywhere else?
Dallas.
I
went to Dallas.
Fun.
28 countries, 6 continents, 70 cities.
Wow. And it's like in crazy places.
Yeah, sorry, I'm like going a little.
Yeah, go ahead.
Interesting, very interesting.
Go ahead.
Doing a little stalking myself.
So yeah, I've been to Dallas to meet the creators division because a lot of them are based there. Now it's different. There's some based here in New York and then some in LA, or I think, are there in LA? I don't know, I might be wrong. We are hiring so many people that I can't keep up. But yeah, I went to Dallas. I'm going to Nashville in May for a conference. Yes. And we're going to see lots of people. I'm going to see Issa, who's your next guest.
Yes.
She's also in Nash. Funny. Yes. Did she tell you how we met?
We talked about so much, but funny. Yeah, then we were talking about it. But you want to say it?
I think you would love this.
Okay, well, how'd you meet? I need to know.
Let me give like a quick background of how this is how networking happens, right? So we had a guest, shout out Kayla, in the fall. Yeah. And, we just networked, made connections, and stay in touch here and there. She's in Miami. I'm in New York. But we stay in touch. And I reached out to her and I was like, do you know like anyone in the entertainment space that'd be interested in coming on the podcast? She put me in touch with Issa, who then while I was on the phone with Issa, put me in touch with Ariana. See, there we go. And this happened yesterday. Yeah. Now Ariana's here.
It's like,
this is how fast.
That's the definition of the entertainment space.
Exactly.
Like, also, warning, because that could be a bad thing. Be liked by everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Because
try to be the best person in the room. Not even like smartest.
Small.
Be like,
it is.
Exude
this
and
small.
Word travels fast.
Yeah.
Very.
From state to state. It doesn't matter if they're in LA and you're in New York.
Even the person you work across the table from, like I've been like, I help with deals and I'm like, I will literally be like, I hate this attorney because they're brutal to work with. They're just like, I actually talked to another attorney recently that was like, if I could get on the phone with you and like you, I'm gonna be easier to work with. Like if I call you and you're brutal and I don't want to deal with you, I'm gonna be a hard negotiator.
Exactly.
So
but say why you met Issa. Was it doing negotiations?
So
you guys were negotiating.
Weird segue.
So I don't know if it's just me. I'm not gonna make an assumption that it's every attorney. But when you're about to negotiate something, you always look up the attorney on the other side.
You gotta stalk.
I stalked.
Always.
I stalked her. I looked on LinkedIn and I was like, wow, she's looks nice.
Yeah.
And like, it's funny because like we're so bland in the, like if we're negotiating on email or in Microsoft, we're so bland.
Client can't agree to this.
So I was like, is she nice? Like, I don't know. So I looked her up and I was like, wow. And I saw she lived in Miami.
Right.
And she went to school with like one of my friends. And she also went to like law school, like in places that, there were so many connections. And I was like, wow, this is really funny. But I think it was like months of just negotiating with her. Like I stalked her once and I was like, you know what? I'm going to reach out to her.
Yeah.
So I reached out to her separately on LinkedIn. I was like, this is really funny. I think we have so much in common. And like, I see you constantly on negotiations. Yeah. And I was like, let's be friends.
Yeah.
And it was like love at first sight. Like
I love that.
We were on the phone like all the time, like after that. Like we're so like, and I still see her name.
Nice.
Still see her name on my negotiations. We keep it very professional. Yeah. She's great. She's awesome. This is why you got to be careful also. Like, I'm telling you, every event I go to, I see people that I negotiate with. And also something to keep in mind when you're negotiating, and shout out to my supervisor for teaching me this. You're not fighting for yourself. You're fighting for your client. Yeah. And so is the other attorney.
Yeah. They're doing their job.
They're not fighting with you.
Yeah.
They're fighting. We're just trying to, we both just want to get what we need to get.
We're just trying to get through the day here.
Yeah. Let's try and make everybody happy.
Yeah. And when you approach the negotiations, and this might be different for every other industry, but when you approach the negotiations, be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice and say, hey, like, what are you doing this weekend? Like start it off really nice. Like get to know the person. Also get to know the person because you're gonna see them again next week on another negotiation. And it's funny because and I do these negotiations. I'm like, hey, you did that other campaign. She's like, yeah, how are you? Yeah. And also like I'm not gonna say that I was given things that like the brand wouldn't give me, but she was like,
we can push here.
I'll push here for you because I know you like this term.
Yeah.
And like I didn't have to say anything.
Yeah.
And it's so,
and you get used to it too. Like, oh, I know this brand will start giving here, or they need approvals, whatever it is.
Exactly. And that's always good to also go back to the agent and be like, hey, listen, like I've worked with this person before. Yeah. I know they're not going to let us do this. Like, what are you okay with? Yeah. Because in the end of the day, as in-house counsel, your client is the company you work for. It's not, anybody else. It's not like the agent. It's not the client. Like, of course, we're going to advocate on our client's behalf, but you got to stay looking at the bigger picture. And it's not your decision for people in a law firm or litigation, like that have like that direct contact with the client, like you have to push so hard and you have to give so much. And in-house, like you have to be realistic and be like, hey, like, I don't think we can get this. You really need to go to the client and see if they're okay with this. Yeah. So it's a lot of, and this is where law school is different from practice. Because law school, it's like you have to have every single factor on the page or you're not going to get a good grade on the exam. Yeah. You're not succeeding. Like you're doing it wrong. Right. In practice, you're not going to get every single thing you want. Yeah. You're not. Yeah. But you have to learn
where to push and where to give.
You need to know your client, number one. Like, know, like, is this person really gonna want this? Do they terminate a lot? Do they do this? Are they pregnant? Yeah. Because like if they're
morality clauses, if
they're pregnant, can we do this campaign going to Disney World on the, like you have to know your client.
Sorry, we can pause. This doesn't have to go on, but I did a deal for where I am now, where it was literally like it was for natural cycles, like the
I have it.
Yeah, but she had got her tubes tied. and the agent didn't tell us. So we're like arguing all these things, and it's like, well, what? And they were like, well, we want to pull,
FTC.
obviously, because like she's like promote. It was actually crazy, but yeah, that just made me think about that because like, how are you not?
Yeah, know your client. Know your client.
Know your client.
Know what you're advocating for.
And knowing your client in turn makes you a better drafter.
Yeah.
Because you have to start thinking.
You know what they want.
So like, I know this girl's pregnant. Also, this is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
But like, okay, this girl's pregnant. I know, like, she says she's not going to give birth. But like,
what if the baby disagrees?
The universe might be like, let's get it out.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I have to think about ways I'm going to draft this termination so she gets some payment.
Yeah, 100%.
Instead of zero, or instead of like, you can't sue us if this happens. You have to think so many different ways.
That's awesome.
And that's what makes you a good attorney too, is you're seeing it all different angles, all different types of people, different types of situations.
Yeah.
And that's why I say every day is different.
Right.
Because you never know what's going on in that person's life. You never know what they're doing. Or another thing, you have to think about exclusivity. I know that this client
works like this brand they always work with. They're going to come back every other month.
And if they come to her for, let's say that she's never worked with this brand before.
Yeah.
But that's her her desired, you know. And we know like if she gets that offer, she's going to take it. Yeah. And this one company that's, we're contracting with says she can't work with them for a year.
Yeah. That's a no-go.
I'm going to have to take that out.
So, okay, what do you think then, like based on that, is like a skill that you've had to develop as a lawyer to be able to be successful at this?
Thinking quick. I don't know if that's considered a skill, but thinking quick.
Yeah.
And also just being sneaky, and not in a bad way, but like, okay.
Strategic.
Strategic. Better word.
I'm like,
if I put this here, they're going to see it and be like, no. But if I put it in a place over there, they might not really understand.
I feel like also when you're strategic, you also then are more aware of looking for other people's strategic. Like, okay, I recently dealt with this where it was like, I hate morality clauses, like especially in the influencer space. I'm like, gone, not doing it.
Yeah.
So they, again, the other side knows, like, I will always strike that. So they like would like put morality language into like a different part of the agreement. So because I know I would do that if I was on like the brand facing side, then I'm more like, I look at it in finer detail.
You're aware of it too if they sneak it in somewhere.
And then you also learn like, instead of deleting this section,
what can I reword?
I'm going to put one word here that changes the entire nature of the provision.
100%.
And I do that.
I love that.
And if they say no and they cross it out, I put it somewhere else that ends up reversing what they did. Like it's all about thinking quick, being strategic, and also like really knowing contracts, really knowing the provisions you're dealing with.
How'd you do in contracts in law school?
Bad.
Well, because guess what? All we learn is mutual assent. Like we don't even learn anything about
see a contract.
Yeah.
Maybe in other schools, but I mean, I didn't.
We had our contract class. We didn't do anything. We have a drafting contracts that's more like this, but
I like the drafting. I like the drafting contracts better because I want to do contracts. And when I took my contracts class 1L, I did not do good either. I was doing good in like torts and other areas, and I was like, contracts wasn't it, and I was so upset because I knew I wanted to do transactional. I knew I wanted to do contracts. I'm like, does this mean I can't do that?
But it literally has nothing to do with real world contracts.
You learn so much while you're doing it in the real world, right? So like you get experience. Like I had an internship in a talent agency while I was in law school before I was where Katie is, and I was learning so much by just like reading these contracts. And I'm like, I learned more about contracts during this internship than I did in my class the whole semester.
Always. And then it'll come up and creep on you. Or if that's even, I don't even know if that's a phrase. But then you get in a fight about enforceability of a contract. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I have to pick out things that I learned 1L.
Yeah.
And also the bar.
True.
The bar. And I remember I had to deal with this once. And I was like, I know how to deal with this.
Yeah.
Because I studied this on the bar.
Yeah.
So it does come back.
Yeah.
It does come back. But it's not something you can't like look up.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
So law school's just another like, it's another game.
So
it is.
Since
it is a game.
I think we all like agree that it's not, I don't want to say it's not transferable because I think everything's transferable, but it's like you're not, the skills aren't an exact like
if you're
liaison.
A litigator.
For specifically this industry. Okay, so if let's just say, if that's the case, what would you like say to law students to be able to learn these skills and develop and do all of these things other than like the go do externships and internships?
Oh, I was gonna say internships.
Oh, sorry.
That's a hard question. I mean, things that I was doing was like, I want to see what a producer's contract looks like. And I would Google it, like during law school, like on my break. And I would look at it and I would learn about it. And I'd be like, where would we go wrong here? What are things that are like industry standard, learning industry standards? But internships, yeah, talking to people, networking. Join your local bar association and join a committee. I joined the New York City Bar Association Entertainment Law Committee, I think 1L. I'm still in it. I'm still in it.
And that's technically
amazing.
how you got this job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From not Wasserman, but the last job, yes.
Right.
And what's cool about the committees is that they bring people I don't know if it's every committee, but the Entertainment Law Committee is awesome. They bring speakers that speak about like different cases they're dealing with, different clients that they're working with. And like, obviously they're confidential. And they remain confidential when they're speaking about these things. But listening and hearing real world situations in like the legal space outside of litigation, because obviously litigation, like we can access that like
Everywhere.
whatever. Yeah. But like transactional things.
Did you do this while you were in law school?
Yeah.
When did you join? Do you remember?
Like 1L.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Get on it.
Yeah.
We'll link it.
That's my secret.
Look into it.
That's my secret. It's always super awkward, like to go to the events because none of the other students went. So it was just me, like the 1L.
Yeah, but
oh well.
There's the other 1Ls that are there are in the same position as you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I went I actually interned at the courthouse right after my 1L year. And I went to some event that I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like it was a networking event, and it was in the city, and I didn't know anyone. But I just started talking to like so many random people because they were 1Ls at different law schools in the city or came from Jersey, and it was nice because everyone was in the same position, so you could kind of you relate to each other.
Yeah.
So
No, that's awesome.
and
I
it
liked.
helps.
Sorry, I like the other thing you said about like keeping up with industry standards.
Yeah.
I think that's like something everyone can keep doing and something that I forget about until I get there. And I remember I'm lucky enough with my like entertainment background, I kind of knew certain things, but there's a lot different being behind the scenes than obviously the other side of it. So I remember going into my first day at where I am now and they'll say something and I'm like Googling it, being like, what does that mean?
Google
like it's
alerts.
like, yeah.
My secret is Google alerts.
Really?
And I learned this very early in my career and I'm happy. I put in so many keywords for Google alerts.
Like what? Give me an example.
Like creators,
Okay.
influencers, influencer law, SAG-AFTRA,
Really?
FTC. Like I put in all these things. Every time there's one single change, I get alert.
Really? I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that when we leave here.
Google alerts.
Okay.
So it will
Hashtag
good to
Google.
know.
it will like alert you when there's like something talked about.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Or if like there's a case or if there's something going on. I'm gonna tell you probably 5 out of 10 times it's not helpful.
but like when it is.
Yeah. And the thing is, this is what I do like in my morning commute. I just like read them, look through them.
Oh, I love that tip.
I also have it for
Yeah.
sports too,
Yeah.
especially for my student athletes on the roster. Like I need to know what's going on in the NIL space.
yeah. Oh, I love that tip. No, that's actually so
Google
amazing.
alerts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should
that's
sponsor
good
me.
to know.
Yeah.
Because
kidding.
things are changing so much and evolving
So
like, every
fast.
single
And it's
day.
the worst when someone says something to you and you're like, what are you
Especially in the
talking
influencer,
about?
especially
Yeah.
in the influencer space. Like I
Yeah.
can't keep up.
Well,
Like,
that grows, I think, the most I've ever seen.
Look what happened in
So
California.
rapid.
Look
Yeah.
what happened with and
California
now everyone's
child laws.
leaving.
I know.
That's horrible. You guys are disgusting. If you're like these families are leaving because they can't like extort their children anymore. So
Yeah. Yeah.
like are you not putting money aside for your child in your content?
It's crazy to me because every other, like, if you do it in any other space, entertainment space, you have to. Like kids in music,
Yes.
kids in acting, kids in
Yes.
modeling, you have to set money
It
aside.
was bound to happen.
Yeah, it should
Yeah.
have been a thing all along, and I think that the future of the industry is going to become
influencers.
it's going to be a standard though. Like I
Yeah.
think eventually it's going to become like federal. You have to do it because
100%.
it's no different than a kid being on set. Actually, it is different in the sense of there's no one other than a parent structuring. Like at least if you're on set for like a TV show, you have to get breaks, you have to get lunch, you have to get a tutor. If you're in an
Why are we
influencer
not
space,
doing that?
yeah.
Why are we
Yeah.
not doing that?
I think it definitely there's going to be in the future there'll be way more regulations
Yeah.
about it.
There
Yeah.
should be. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why.
Influencers
it
to
was never
me-
like that.
yeah, influencers.
Especially minors, it's like, ooh.
Yeah, influencers to me are like the future of entertainment.
100%.
It's no one is contracting with like random people anymore.
That's
Like
true.
we're getting influencers to do advertising,
Yeah.
commercials. The influencer Addison Rae.
Yeah.
Addison, not Ray anymore.
Yeah.
Like we
Wait,
have
she's
her.
not Addison Rae
Nope, she's
anymore?
dropping
Just
the Ray.
Addison.
Why?
Addison, new era of life.
Really?
Like
Charlie XCX, Sarah.
yeah. Oh god, I love.
I'm going on Wednesday.
No, I'm
Yeah.
going. I'm going Sunday.
Oh, wait, you should change
Is it next
Wednesday.
week?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wait, it came
Let
so
me know if
fast.
you have an
I don't have an
outfit.
outfit. That's literally what I was thinking. I was like, I don't have an
Hey,
outfit.
you don't know what I'm wearing. Yeah. Anyways.
Wait, send me pics.
Okay, no.
Okay, so oh my gosh, now you just
Sorry.
yeah.
Turn that. Influencers, the new space.
It's a new space.
Do you think that there is going to be, like, I do wonder, do you think there will be a fall off? Sorry, I know that's
I
like
hope
scary because it's your job, but like, do you
Yeah.
think that's like, or it's going to decrease, or is it just?
I hope not. I mean, I think that where we are in the influencer world, it would be way too hard to just stop unless there was federal, like something that
Right.
happens federally.
Right.
Especially with like our
Like a TikTok
administration.
ban?
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
there'll be a new
don't
app
quote
if
me.
TikTok
Knock on wood,
goes.
knock on wood.
Exactly. No. That's
Yeah.
what I was to say.
Yeah.
Okay, bye Vine, hello TikTok,
Yeah.
bye TikTok, hello
Most-
whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna happen. And I think also this is kind of crazy because it's setting precedent for, you know, all these apps that have foreign data collection
Yeah.
or foreign what's it called? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking.
Like APIs
No,
and
no, no.
like.
Is that what it is? Like the okay, we're gonna have to crop this, but it's the algorithm.
Oh yeah.
Algorithm. They like now we're if this does happen, it sets precedent that like all these other companies that do have these data collection
Yeah.
or the algorithms, like it's not gonna happen in the US.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of companies.
Yeah.
There's a lot of companies that are doing that right now. So
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be so many delays.
Yeah.
It's gonna delay until we figure out what's right. Yeah, so I don't really have an answer for that.
No, I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I had no
That's
idea
fingers
she was dropping the Ray.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on that.
Crazy,
I had no
right?
idea.
Do you like her music?
No.
I don't-
so
no, I don't
sorry.
listen to
I'm
her
like-
music.
Headphones is terrible.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hate that
headphones is
song.
bad,
It's
but
Is that a
like-
song?
Yeah.
The
I'm doing my
Aquamarine.
headphones and listen to music. That's literally the lyrics. I'm like, I can't.
I'm gonna have to listen
but
to
I
it.
kind of live for
I heard their song I like.
Pepsi
Yeah,
and
Diet
and
Pepsi's a banger.
The one that's like my pearl.
What's
I
the
don't know
one
any
where
of
she
those for that one.
screams?
No, that's a Charlie XCX
I-
song.
I
She
think-
screams in.
Yeah, I
Iconic.
I love that.
That's a
I
banger.
don't even
That's a
re-listen to that
banger.
music,
Yeah.
but I like love that.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was
oh
a
my
good
god,
song.
yeah, that is iconic.
You have to listen to Charlie.
I know. That's what you guys
No,
were talking
you
about. I was like, wait, I
have
don't
to.
listen to
So
her.
excited.
Where is she
Talk
playing?
Talk,
Madison
Barclays
Square Garden,
Center.
Barclays, and she's there from Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah.
4 concerts.
Wow,
I'm going Wednesday. I'm so
she's
excited.
huge now. She's a
Yeah.
good artist.
I've always been a Charlie stan. I
Yeah.
love her. I think she's so cool.
Coachella, I can't. I'm so.
So cool. I'm
I saw
having
the
goosebumps.
clips.
Yeah,
I saw the
yeah,
clips
the
from
clips looked
Coachella.
amazing.
Did
Or
you see
even-
the she's a genius. You see that the
Oh my god, her pop up. Is that what you're talking about? Did you watch that? Or no, that was
No,
Lord. Sorry,
that's new.
sorry, brain.
Oh wait, I
off,
kind of like Lord
rewind.
too.
Lord did a pop up in Washington Square.
I saw it.
Yeah, but
Really?
it's all a music video.
Huh? No.
Yeah, the
Oh
whole
my
thing was for
gosh.
her music video.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the whole beginning of the music video is her commuting to the music video. It was
Oh my gosh,
crazy.
she's so cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she was
cool.
so
They're
cool.
both like they're amazing. But I was talking
Same
about the
vibes.
sheet. The sheet's changing.
Oh yeah. That was so cool.
Because what it is, it's ending of an era. So it's like getting dirty. She's scratching out brat. Ooh, I hit that. She's scratching out brat.
Oh,
Like
I
it's
love
stained on the
that.
bottom. And every single concert, like every single time she goes off or on, it's different.
Oh, I
Wait,
love
who is
that.
this? Charlie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a creative
Didn't-
genius.
Yeah, I love
Didn't
her.
she?
She co-wrote that new Benny and Selena song.
She
The,
did.
the one that's like going viral.
Yeah,
She co-wrote it.
I love you for
But
it.
didn't she perform in Times Square? Not that long ago.
did she? Oh, I
Was
have
it
no
in
idea.
the fall?
Yes.
Or I don't know when. I don't know.
Yeah,
when
it was a free concert in Times Square.
That was sick. I saw
She's-
like videos of that. I was like, that's
She's
cool.
Sorry,
so
I love her.
I love her.
I love her too.
Okay, wait. I need to go into this question
Let's
because
go.
you talked about it last episode now, but I still can't get over it. I'm gonna just re-say it in case anyone missed last week. You cold
I'm
emailed
scared.
law firms
Yes.
and CC'd every attorney.
Everybody.
I can't. I gotta that is okay.
No, I respect that
No,
so much.
so much respect. Literally so much respect. I think people are gonna listen to this and be like, okay, wait. I need more tips. I
Yeah.
need to pick your brain on
Let's go.
what are your thoughts on what are other things like that us in law school can do to try to get those jobs after school. Like when it feels like I can't do anything else, I'm applying every day to LinkedIn. Like I have friends that feel this way that are just like I'm applying to everything that pops up. All of these things I've networked. I've cold emailed. What are you like? What is your hot take?
Yeah. Well, first off, that isn't the first time. Like, I don't just email once. We resend.
Of course.
We just reply to chain.
Amazing.
Reply all. It's me again.
Yeah.
still want to work here.
Yeah.
This is why.
That's crazy.
And if I have an update to my resume, which I don't think I did at the point, but I was like, here's my updated resume, by the way. This is new. And like talking to myself.
Wow.
Yeah,
Talking to myself.
that's
And
amazing.
what are you
Because that's how
saying?
you do it.
Oh my God, anything. I'd be like, my name is Ariana. I am, really interested in entertainment law. I know this about your firm. Would love to be a part of it. I don't know if you have an internship program, but you should make one for me. This is what I've done in law
I love
school.
that.
This
I'll
is what
start it.
This is what I've done in law school. I can tell you it worked twice.
That's and did it ever escalate to like
A job?
Well, I knew I was, but like, would there be times where like, they're like, no, we don't have one, but like, let's chat, let's get on a coffee chat, and like things like that?
Yeah, I got 2 jobs from it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
created the position for me.
Can you give like our audience a little bit of advice of some people are intimidated and wouldn't be able to do that. Reach out to one person, let alone
the whole firm?
170
Guys.
people.
Yeah, I know.
So what was going through your head, and maybe what is like a good piece of advice for like our audience of like how to just get past that? Like you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Just, this is not a negative thing, but you are an ant in their eyes. Like there's so many law students
Yeah.
and there's so many law schools. Look at the United States.
Yeah.
Especially now, when I was, a student, there wasn't that many. I mean, there was a lot, but like there was COVID.
Yeah.
And now like law school's oversaturated.
Yeah.
There's so many. Keep emailing. Some of them might have not even seen it. Some of them don't remember you.
Yeah.
Like make them remember you.
Yeah.
Don't worry. So
Yeah.
with me, obviously, like in the beginning, I was like, I'm so embarrassed. Like this is so like desperate and stupid. At the point like where I just started like, spitfiring, going crazy.
Yeah.
I just didn't give 2 what anybody thought about me.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
I love that.
I don't care. I want to be in this industry. I want you to know me. If this means like you don't give me a job, I want to be your friend. I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to learn everything you do.
Well,
love that.
now that you're making it, and as
Yeah.
you continue making it, and you keep growing,
Mm-hmm.
those attorneys are gonna see
Oh,
your
I
name,
see them all the time.
and they're
love
gonna
it.
say, "I remember when she did this,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
why she
yeah.
is where she is today."
Yeah, one of the law firms I wanted to work for so bad invited me to their welcome party.
Oh, that's sweet.
So yeah, and
I love that.
It's so funny. I mean, you also have to know like just because they don't offer you a job or they don't answer you doesn't mean they don't care or that they're mean or that
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
bad
yeah.
firms. Listen,
Yeah.
I remember I used to get so upset when people wouldn't answer my LinkedIn messages.
Mhm.
Guys, I have so many LinkedIn messages.
You're-
And I
yeah.
feel so bad because like I know how it feels to be like ghosted.
Yeah.
And I'm
but sometimes
I'm
they'll
ghosting.
get back to you
I'm
in like
ghosting.
a year. It's like, oh my gosh. Like,
Oh,
sorry, I'm
I
catching up.
always like when I have a lull in my job, which is rare, I will sit in my living room and I will go through every single message to try to reach out to every single person.
Yeah.
But going back to your question,
Mhm.
what can law students do? When you get on a phone with an attorney and let's say like you planned on like trying to, wiggle your way into
Yeah,
an
yeah,
internship,
yeah.
just because like you didn't get the offer, like we didn't talk about the internship doesn't mean like, okay, next attorney.
Reach it again.
The ones that I'll give you a story. There's this girl who reached out to me in law school when I was a 2L. And I mean, she was an undergrad and she reached out to me
Right.
so many times. And it's because we went to the same undergrad, UF.
Right.
And she was like, hey, coming to the city, I'm thinking of going to law school.
Yeah.
I want to get lunch with you. And I was like, why me? And of course,
Yeah.
here I am, like not getting jobs. But I was like, yeah, sure, let's get together, whatever.
Yeah.
She reached out to me every single week. And not in a bad way, not in an annoying
Right.
way. Like, hey, just want to let you know I'm applying to this law school. Hey, just want to let you know I'm writing my statement or whatever.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, can you look at it? If not, whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and I'm in law school, so I have time.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, whatever. We stay in touch. Hey, got into law school. Hey, I'm moving to New York. Hey, let's go get lunch.
Oh, amazing.
She's my best friend now.
Stop, I love that.
I brought her to my first job. I brought her to my second job for internships. And now she's spreading her wings. And she has an internship in LA this summer, which I am so brokenhearted about because she's leaving me. But she will be a bridesmaid.
Oh my God, I
But
love
like
that.
that's what I'm saying. Like I fell in love with this person because not only was she persistent, she wasn't annoying, but she was so persistent and so like I just saw so much of myself in her.
Right.
And you could tell she really cared
Yeah.
about law
Yeah.
and being the same type of attorney as me. And
Yeah.
I mean, she even saw me grow.
Yeah.
She knew everything that I was
Right.
going through. So being persistent, reaching out to those attorneys that you've already reached out to. I can tell you that if I see, like this happened to me a few times, someone messaged me like, hey, super interested in that internship. Are you hiring? And then we'll get on the phone and I'll talk and they're really great.
Yeah.
Don't hear from them until the next internship cycle. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because then it's like, oh, you just care about the internship.
Yeah.
But do you care about growing or
like you could have touched me like last month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it's okay. Like I understand like law school's really hard and
but also it's important to note though that like attorneys kind of know, like they know what they're doing. So don't like
we were once you.
Yeah. Like there's a difference between like having a reason, I get that, but then like just being like also a genuine person and like if you liked the connection, like why not stay in touch?
Don't network network for a job, but don't only do it for the job because you never know who they're connected with.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, look at Issa. Issa's like, this girl's really cool too.
Yeah.
How you got
my job now
where she is now is because I was networking with a professor. She gave my resume to an attorney in Nashville who I got on the phone with, just a coffee chat, just talking, like nothing about jobs. And she was like, if I know someone, I'll pass your resume along. Pass my resume along to someone. Someone reached out to me to interview. I never even reached out to them. They're like, do you want to interview? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And then I worked with them. Then me and Katie met, became her mentor, and I was like, you need to work for them. And like it's a
very
chain.
similar
It's
story.
a chain.
Yeah. No, I love that.
It's so important. And also just like I don't know if it's just me. I think it's because I've had such a crazy story coming into law, but I'm so invested in seeing people succeed because I failed so many times.
Yeah.
And I wish I had someone rooting me on the entire time I was failing. And I want to be that person for those students.
No,
I want them to know that, like I said, the paths aren't linear.
Yeah.
You can do it. Don't give up. You got a bad grade?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like how your first employer was in your corner. You want to be able to be that for somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I love that you're saying that. And it's not even just students. Like I'm not a student anymore. And your story is so inspiring to me because I failed, and we'll make an episode about this one day, but I've failed so many things so many times.
Yeah.
And even right now, like I just took the bar exam for the second time and I just know I will never give up.
Yeah.
Ever. I don't care how many times it takes me. I know I could do it. I just, got to get in the right mindset.
And there's a story in front of us that shows like that you can fail X amount of times. And then there's a whole other side of it where maybe I'm getting too deep here, but like then you look back and you're like, well, actually now, was any of that really failing?
The most successful people in this universe have failed hundreds of times because they learn how to be successful.
Kevin texted that to me. Shout out Kevin. Yeah. He texted that to me after I took the bar. He said, you know what? Because you learn and you grow from this.
Yeah.
And I said, that makes me feel so much better. Because when you fail, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't do anything. Like, am I supposed to be here? And it's like, yes, you are. Just relax.
It all happens for a reason too.
It
100%.
does. Yeah. I feel like I wouldn't be who I am right now if I didn't have the bar for the second time.
100%.
Yeah, and that's like, we're here.
Think of all the like quote unquote fails. I hate that word, but it's like whatever. Every time that got you to where it's butterfly effect, right? Like if I didn't do this, then I wouldn't have. These things wouldn't have happened, and I could have hated where I ended up.
Yep.
So
And once I started believing that, I stopped being sad.
Yeah.
I stopped being sad for myself.
Yeah.
And I started saying, you know what? Actually, I deserve this.
Yeah.
I deserve this.
100%.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, rapid fire questions. These are so fun. So we'll make these like quick, short, easy.
Okay.
Most underrated, like number one underrated skill needed in as a lawyer in this space.
Underrated skill?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's so hard. As a transactional attorney?
Yeah. In your job. Like if you're like, ooh, this is like an underrated skill, you gotta have it.
I think it's like that Google Alerts thing.
Really?
I hate to say it's like it's just knowing how to like get yourself like updated as soon as possible and being fast about updates.
It's so fast paced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Not a skill, but Google Alerts.
I love that. I love it.
Who is your dream client, living or dead?
Britney Spears before she shaved her head.
Okay. Ooh.
Love her.
I do love her too.
The biopic? Maybe it can be Britney Spears' new...
Addison?
You think she's going to get it?
I really hope not.
Yeah, I think so. I really, as like an actor, I really hope it's I hope it's an underdog. Like
Me too.
Never been in. Like,
yes, like that TikTok girl.
Yeah.
She looks just like her.
Yes. Wait, what one?
I'll send it to you later.
Wait, because I might know her personally if it's the one we're both thinking of.
I don't know. There's two.
Okay. Is it the one that was like riding
dancing
on the drummer? Okay, I'll show you.
What?
There's one. There's like a little. I was like,
I'm lost.
I'll show you later. Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry.
show me later.
We can cut that out. Okay, legal myth you'd love to bust once and for all.
You don't need a high GPA for a good job.
Love that.
I'll live by that.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And last but not least, one word to describe the next chapter of your career.
Growth.
Oh,
I love
I
that.
love that. Okay, we end our episodes the same way with all of our guests. And it's basically just, if you can right now send a quick text or say like, oh, one more thing to either A, your younger self when you were in law school or like someone in a similar position, what are you telling them?
It'll all be okay.
I love that. Oh my gosh, you are so amazing.
Oh my gosh.
This is definitely not the last time you will be seeing her.
Yeah.
No,
Yay.
Ariana will be back.
Yes,
I
Ariana
hope.
will be
You're
back.
I
coming
love
back.
it here. I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. I hope you enjoyed being on our podcast as much as we obviously enjoyed having you.
Thank you
I had
so much for
fun.
coming on.
Do you have socials you want us to tag?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
Awesome.
No.
Follow us though. You guys know the drill. Instagram,
low-key.
TikTok. I love
LinkedIn is good.
LinkedIn.
Follow me or
Okay.
what's it? Connect with me
Connect
on
with
LinkedIn.
me on LinkedIn. There we go. We'll add her LinkedIn.
Instagram
is
is my private place.
good. Sometimes you gotta do it.
And we're new to LinkedIn. So
we're new to
connect
LinkedIn.
with us.
We're actually gonna maybe pick your brain after about some tips and tricks on how to get our LinkedIn up.
Oh
so.
yeah, I got it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe that can be your next episode with us. All things
I'll start
LinkedIn.
writing notes.
I love it. Well, in the meantime, you guys know the drill. Follow us on our
Yes.
Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Spotify. All the fun stuff.
Yes.
And until then, we'll see you on next week's episode. If you didn't catch last week's, where we had a full rundown story beginning to end, we'll link that as well. But stay stylish.
Stay sharp.
And stay legal.
Bye, guys.